Hello, my name is Lorenzo Kirby, and I'm gonna do a video today about two books that you need to read. Um, Number one is the Bible. You know, a lot of people try to push the Bible on you, but the Bible is very interesting because it's a map of your life. If you read it at a young age, you will have seen most of the stuff that you have read now. So, I can remember when I was uh, like 10, and my mother used to make me go to church. And as I started to read, I got more interested because I thought this is never going to happen. But now I see most of the things that I read right in front of my face. So, and so when you read something like that, and then you experience it and you see it, it's amazing. Um, the second book is how the government gives you all these different options to get out of debt, to do the things you want to do, need to do, want to do. There's a book that I'm trying to think, from our publishing company that we basically sell. Um, the book basically tells you it's a map for funding. If you want medical help, if you need medical equipment, if you need money to start your business, if you need money to pay a bill or old bills or clean your credit up or do home repairs, uh, it's there. It's a directory. And it has the phone numbers, has the addresses, has the names. It even has the proper forms you need to file. Now, let's say you get the book and you say, this is so difficult. We will file the forms for you. But I tell most people it's better to do it yourself because then you don't have to pay nothing. You look at a book, you see what you got to do, you see what you need. And then with these grants and this funding, there's different type of funding. There's federal grants, there's angel investing funds, there's nonprofit organizations, there's donators. You have Microsoft is one of them. They donate for education. So there's so much funding. All over the world. No one should be homeless. No one should be broke. No one should have a problem getting food or paying bills because there's $400 billion in grant funding set aside every year. Now, 99, I would say 87% of people don't even know about it. So guess what happens? That funding goes back in that account. And it's unused for years and years. It's been unused. So, there's a lot of money in there. They're not going to just come and tell you, oh, you can get money for this. You can get money for your school loans. There's people out there with thousands and thousands of dollars in school loans. Suffering. For what? For nothing. When all they have to do is get the book and file for this money. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not easy. You have to file the correct way in order for them to say, hey, I'm going to cut you a check for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I had school loans. Now, I'm optimistic. I didn't think it worked. I tried. I said, let me try it because I'm selling the product. I have to try this. So people believe that it is doable. So I had a small student loan, whatever. I think it was like $10,000. And I applied. 2-3 months later, I got a call. I never figured her name. Her name was Miss Lewis. She says, I'm looking for Lorenzo Kirby. I said, speaking. So she says, are you um need Lorenzo Kirby, social security number, blah 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 blah. I said, yeah. I said, who is this? Because when you get calls like that, you want to know. So she says, I have a federal grant check for you. And I said, Miss, listen, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to play games. She says, Mr. Kirby, this is real. So, I'm about to hang up the phone. So she says, ID badge number 1947. So I said, okay. I said, what office do you work for? She said, the Federal Grant of Funding. So I'm still skeptical. She says she's in and out of different offices in Washington, D.C. So I started to believe. I looked at the call ID. I said, okay. So she says, so the one thing about me, I will catch you a lie quick. So I said, Miss, is there any way you could send it to my bank account? She said, oh, we can't do that. That's illegal. So I said, well, what's the proper way of sending it? It's bank wire? She said, oh, no. She said, anybody that tells you they're going to send you a grant through the bank account or through bank wire is either one or two things. Either they are accepting the grant in your behalf or they're a scam artist. So I said, okay. So I said, how are you going to send my money? She said, check. We're going to send it by check. Certified check. You have to sign for it. I said, okay. So I let it go, I waited a couple weeks, and mailman was here. Now, the mailman, for some reason, had some other guy in a suit with him. I was like, what is this mess? So I signed for it, and I said, is something wrong? I said, you got two. He said, oh, what? He said, it's a government regulation. Somebody be with the mailman when he delivers this check. So I opened it, and there it was, the grant check. So I said, wow, it really works. So I paid off that school loan, and now they send you a pink piece of paper inside with the check. Now this is where it gets very interesting. It says, if you do not use the funds for what you have applied for, it's 25 years in jail. Wow, that's deep. Because these funds are for you to be helped, not for you to go out and party or go on a shopping spree. So I can understand that. So it's very serious that you think about your life, think about what you can do, think about the changes. Even if you sat down and said, okay, for instance, you got a woman, you got a man, you guys sit down and say, you know what, we need to get serious. We need to get our credit right. We need to get finances. Now, there's 2 books. We have one, you can do your credit on your own, and you can get your own grant. So that's 2 books. 2 books. And I think we charge $99 for both books, or $49 for one or the other. But you can actually get your life together. The first things first would be for a person to get the credit right. Because when you get your credit right, when you get as a couple, you get your credit right, you're on the right path. Because better things come with better credit. Better house, better cars. Me and my wife, she has a Nissan. I just got a 2018 SUV. Business is good. I'm expanding at the end of the year. I just I got into some major investments, waiting for them to cash out. So when you think about it, you have to be on track. You have to have investments. You have to have savings. You have to have credit. You have to have some type of funding for a project you're doing. Let's say, for instance, you got a house and you want to redo the whole house, or you want to redo a room. You need money. There's grants for that. There's grants to put your kids through college. There's grants to pay off your school loans. Don't ever think that you're in debt because, and then this is the greatest part. There's programs that will pay off your student loans, and they're like $6 a day, $2 a day. Now, I looked at these programs and I said, "It's no way possible. You can pay $2 a day, and it's possible." I looked at the charts. I looked at the figures. The figures add up. But in time, it's not something. You get it. You jump right in and say, "Hey, in one one month your student loans paid off." No, that's not how it works. They send you $2,000 checks at a time, and as time goes on, you send those payments to your student loan, and it pays off in time. The reason why they do it like that, because what happens if you don't pay nothing on it, they come after you. It was just some guy just got locked up for not paying his student loan, and then another guy got locked up for not paying his medical bills. So the government is going to get serious sooner or later. Slowly but surely, they are slowly moving. I don't know if you noticed. They started with the food stamps. They started with cash for welfare. They're working on Social Security now. So if they're doing all these different steps, that means the other foot is about to drop. The other shoe is about to drop. They did something to unemployment, So eventually, they are going to put a dent in your pocket. That's why when President Obama was in office, he said, the time is now where a person has a side business or a side job. That extra income will help. That extra money, that extra profit, anything extra is always going to help. So you want to be successful. In order to be successful, you have to think successful. You just don't wake up one morning and think, "Oh, I'm successful." No. Just like the owner of Facebook, just like the owner of Microsoft, Bill Gates, they became successful because of their thinking. And that's just how it works. Your thinking is everything.